Welcome back to the channel, guys. And today I want to take a look at the brand new set photos of Harry Potter, the HBO TV show that is now currently in production. They are now filming, and we got our first look at majority of the Weasley family. Guys, if you're new here, we love Harry Potter. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on these photos because I'm keeping you updated on the production of this show as it comes. We are gonna be getting this show in like 2 years, which just hurts my soul. I really wish they would get it out sooner, but unfortunately, we have to wait a little while longer. We'll probably get a trailer, probably not till next year. Realistically, next September 1st, right? I'm guessing, you know what I'm saying? Back to Hogwarts Day will probably be the first time that we get a trailer next year. So, which would then mark probably the 1 year mark until its release. It's crazy the amount of time we have to wait for this. It hurts my heart, but without further ado, let's get into my thoughts on the photos. So first up, we see kind of this close-up shot, this behind-the-scenes shot of Nick Frost as Hagrid. And while the first official image that we saw of him in costume, he seemed very clean, very kept, very I don't know, it was like a dollar store Hagrid to me. Like I believe he's gonna give a great performance, but I didn't really see Hagrid, right? Because it seemed like more of a candid shot. It was just something that somebody took while maybe he was kind of caught off guard, it seemed. But this shows you a little bit more. Like you get a little bit more of Hagrid's personality here. I think Hagrid is going to be kind of a bumbling goofball. I think he's going to be goofy, even goofier in this adaptation rather than what Robbie Coltrane gave in the movies. So I feel like this guy, he's going to be kind of all over the place. He's going to be kind of a buffoon, but a lovable buffoon, kind of like Hagrid was. But I think Nick Frost is going to push it a little bit further than I think maybe Robbie Coltrane did. But overall, I love this look, and obviously we see the boom with the dead cat. The dead cat is the big furry thing that wraps around the microphone to block all the wind sounds, so you can get clean dialogue, kind of like what I'm doing here, except I don't have um I can't pull this down, but I don't have a dead cat on it. I have a dead cat over there, but not on this because I'm inside. Next up is a wider shot, right? It looks like they're crossing the street here. The camera is over the shoulder of Hagrid, is over the left shoulder of Hagrid. And it looks like they're on a dolly track, so I'm assuming they're going to dolly following them as they cross the street. Now we have Dominic McLaughlin as Harry Potter in his 90s jacket. I mean, this kid just screams Harry Potter to me, man. I love like the collared shirt that he has on, how it's got the solid color at the top. It's got the blue stripes in the bottom. I think that looks really cool. He's got the oversized jeans. Like it just feels very Harry Potter. Like when I look at this guy, this kid, he feels like Harry Potter. One thing that I did think about earlier on, maybe like a couple days ago, was I grew up with Daniel, I grew up with Emma and Rupert, and to me, I grew up alongside those guys. I'm relatively close to their age. So it always felt like, and I'm very steeped in the filmmaking world, so I knew all the producers, not personal, but like I knew all the behind the scenes players, right? I knew Christopher Columbus, I knew Alfonso Cuarón, I knew all these people, and it felt like I was growing up alongside Daniel and up alongside Emma Watson and so on and so forth. So to me, I always felt like, and when I read the books, I always saw Daniel and I was Emily. But to me, I was always like, oh, especially as I got older, it was like, oh, these are my contemporaries playing these characters, right? I never felt like when I watched the films that I'm watching fully Ron, fully Hermione, and fully Harry, because to be honest, there are personality traits that are in the books that they didn't even attempt to have in the movies, right? It's almost, I love the movies to death. They're like some of my favorite things on the planet. I was watching Chamber of Secrets just a few minutes ago. I watch it all the time. I watch them. I love them. But if you understand what I'm saying, so I basically thought about it and I was like, oh, I'm going to be able to watch the show, look at this little child, look at this 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid, and to me, as long as the production is amazing and as long as everything fires on all cylinders, I feel like I will be able to fully believe that this guy is Harry Potter, right? And I'll be able to kind of watch him grow up from an adult perspective, which is something that I didn't have with the other series. And I think that's why we benefit, people that are at least Harry Potter fans that are in my age range, maybe get to benefit even more from this show, is we get to see it from a full new perspective, right? And I think that really got me very excited about this, where it was like before I was growing up with the characters, so I felt very attached to them, right? And the actors and everything that was going on. And it was a big part of my life, and it helped me grow up, right? It was something that was always there. It was something that I could always count on, that was going to come out in the theater, and I knew I was going to have a good time pretty much from the time I was like 9 years old to the time I was 18, 19 years old. I always had Harry Potter to look forward to. This is a different side. This is me as an adult being able to watch the story from an adult's perspective and have a completely fresh eye. And I'm, mature now. And like, there's so many different things that I'm going to be able to catch up on and figure out. I don't know, like, it's just something that hit me the other night, and I was really excited about it. I was like, "Oh, wow, like, what are the chances that you get to experience essentially the same story, but different because they're gonna dive even deeper with this show." And hopefully, we're gonna get, like I said, Dumbledore, they messed up a little bit in the movies, and Harry feels very kind of one note in the movies. I love the films, but Harry feels very one note. A lot of Ron moments were given to Hermione. There are a lot of things in the books that they missed. And the big sixth movie, I have a huge problem with the sixth movie. Maybe we'll do a breakdown and I will give you my thoughts on that one day. Yeah, that's my least favorite because for many, many reasons. But anyways, that's my thought. Hopefully, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about that? Is that something that's interesting to you? Do you think that that's kind of like fun, or you think I'm just crazy? If you think I'm crazy, that's cool. You can put that down in the comments too. But I just thought that really jazzed me and got me really excited for the show. Next up is an even wider shot across the street. What I'm thinking might be the entrance to the Leaky Cauldron. Maybe they're about to go into the Leaky Cauldron. You never know. But we got the double for Nick Frost here, which I can't remember his name or who's playing him, but he's like a 7'6" or like a 7 foot tall dude. He's a big, big dude. And they basically put him in a mask that resembles Nick Frost, but they're gonna do a face replacement. And one thing, and they did this for Robbie Coltrane's character. But one thing that's really cool is technology. And this is another thing, is technology has come so far that we it's going to be unreal to see kind of the earlier stories adapted, and how I've always seen them visually is kind of with the older technologies from the early 2000s. But now we're going to get an updated version with technology from 2025. And I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to blow a lot of people like away. Like, I'm really, really getting behind this. I love the vibe. I love everything I'm seeing from this. And HBO doesn't miss, guys. For the most part, all of their shows are always top tier talent, top tier execution. So, guys, get excited if you're not. I'm sorry, but like, you can either get on the bandwagon or get left behind. And here we have a very clear image of Dominic McLaughlin as Harry Potter. Now, if you look at this, the oversized jacket, the backpack, he's going to take the backpack to Hogwarts. Who knows what he's doing? Or I think he goes back to the Dursleys, doesn't he? Before he actually goes to the train, because they take him to the train. So we'll probably spend a good amount of that first episode is just him with Hagrid, right? Really establishing the relationship between him and Hagrid. Or this might be episode 2. Episode 1 might be Dursley's. Episode 2 might be Hagrid um, teaching him the wizarding world and kind of taking him around and getting his things, right? That might be all of episode 2. And then by episode 3, then we're at Hogwarts, right? And we're kicking. I think they're going to do 8 episodes total for the first season. So that's pretty cool. The first 2 seasons, I think, are going to have 8 episodes. And then they're going to have to expand. They have no other option but to expand probably from 3 on. You have to do at least 10 episodes, maybe 12, maybe 11 to 12 episodes, depending on what you got to do. But I think he looks great. Like I said, this kid feels like Harry Potter to me. Dan also did too, but it's just a different iteration. It's a different generation. I have an open mind. I'm excited. Like I said, there's a lot of things in the book that we didn't get to see, and we're going to get to see all of them, I would assume. it's probably going to be a one-to-one adaptation. So I'm very, very excited. And for our last photo, we have Hagrid and Harry walking across the street, and Dominic McLaughlin trying to hurry and keep up with Hagrid because Hagrid's strides are so big because he's such a big character. So I think it's going to be a fun dynamic to kind of just see Harry like try to keep up with the world, right? I think one thing that Daniel brought was kind of this wonder, right? There was a lot of wonder going on and a lot of awe, right? Dan was very good at bringing the sense of awe and wonder to the character, where I could already get a sense of what Dominic is going to bring to the role. Kind of this, you know, I think it's going to be more frantic. I think it's going to be more like, oh, I'm trying to soak everything up. I'm trying to, like, I have to catch up. I'm used to the Dursleys, but now I'm launched in, and Hagrid is kind of on a mission, right? Hagrid is probably, from Dumbledore, right? This is a mission from Dumbledore. So this is a very serious thing that Hagrid has to do, right, to protect Harry and to get him ready for Hogwarts. So I feel like we're going to get this kind of sense where Dominic is going to play it as I'm trying to like process everything that's happening to me, but everything is happening at such a fast pace that I'm going to have like, but he can't process it all and has to keep up with everything. That is the feeling that I get here. The size difference is great. He's such a small little kid compared to Hagrid. So I'm very excited and I'm excited to see this series progress. Uh, I have fears that they're not going to be able to finish the entire series. Um, it's a big commitment for a lot of people. They did it once. It's a miracle that they pull it off once. Um, it's gonna be wild and almost impossible, I think, for them to do it again, right? Can you do it again? That's really ultimately what I'm gonna leave you guys with here at the end is, and this is the question for you guys is, can they strike gold twice? Everything looks great, but everything's on the page for them, right? Everything was written in the book. So it's all there for them. They just have to put in the effort. Now, Harry Potter is a big, big franchise, right? It's the biggest franchise probably in my lifetime, hands down, easy. It's grown exponentially. We have Harry Potter stores. We have plays based on Harry Potter. We have games based on Harry Potter. There's so many things that are happening in the wizarding world now because of how successful this was, and it's all started with these books. So, are they going to strike gold again? Right. And I'm interested to see where this Harry Potter franchise goes after this retelling. Right. What happens then? Right. I mean, Harry Potter is a pretty old franchise now. So, by the time this new generation grows up with this iteration of Harry Potter, because this is going to be their Harry Potter, and it's kinda cool, I kinda like it, it's like Batman, it's like all sorts of stuff, like, I feel like these characters are timeless, right? And that's how the books were written. They were written to be timeless children's stories, right? That everybody should read. I feel like everybody should read these books. That's just me. So I feel like you learn a lot about the world, you learn to not judge people by their appearance, right? You learn to, um you know, be a good friend, be there for people who really need you, right? The stories teach you so much, and they taught me so much about how to be a good friend and how to be a good person to people and how to stick up for people when they need you, right? So there's a lot of things that I think a new generation are going to learn from this, and I can't wait. I think this is going to be amazing. We got an article from the cinematographer, and we have the Weasleys that I'm going to review in another video coming up shortly. So make sure you check out that one. Take care, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of these photos? Are you excited? Do you think this is going to suck? Or do you think this is going to succeed? Let me know down in the comments. Take care, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Peace out.